And after this conversation,
and I have a voice, and I'm gonna let it out. No more.
hello everybody. I am Richard Xiao, the Executive Director of the Voice Foundation, and today we're going to listen to a story of abuse. Yet to me, I find it empowering, a strong story of abuse, and it's also a story that would teach us a lot and also would give us the opportunity to help, giving a helping hand to someone who truly needs it. So I have with me, I can't really mention her name because we are trying as much as possible to make her anonymous due to a lot of reasons concerning her family identity and, you know, the whole stigma with abuse. And also, we would also try to take out certain specific vitals that would connect anything to her identity. So try to make this as anonymous as possible. So let's go right into it. We'll let her introduce herself. Can you tell us a little bit about what brings you here? It's okay.
I'm actually here to share my story of what I've been through and what I'm still going through.
So what are you going through?
I've been going through a lot and I'm still going through it. Since my childhood, I was being harassed by my uncle because I was staying with my grandma. I wasn't staying with my parents. So all the years I've stayed with my grandma, he was the only person with us. So whenever I'm sleeping with my grandma, he'll come and pick me from my grandma's room and send me to his room. Then he fingered me and other things. But all those years I couldn't.
Sorry, but how old were you by then?
I started staying with my grandma when I was 3 years. So I was 3 years. I stayed with her till I got 12 years. And when I got 12 years, I moved to the grandma I was staying with was from my dad's side. That was my dad's mom. So when I was staying with her, and my uncle too was the first son of my dad, their family. He was the firstborn of my grandma. So I see him to be a dad, and he was the only person I was close to. But later, that's what he was doing to me, and I couldn't tell my grandma because I was scared of her. And my mom too, and my dad, I don't have that relationship with them. So when I got 12 years, I moved to my other grandma's place. So with her side too, there was a cousin, a family member who was there. So one day he asked me to bring food to his room. I got to his room, then he actually harassed me, he raped me. But I couldn't tell my grandma, like I still was having it to myself. I couldn't tell anyone. Then when I got back to my other grandma's side, I thought I was free because that my uncle died.
The one at the time when you were raped, how old were you by then? When the rape happened, how old were you by then?
12 years. Yes. So when I got back to my other grandma's place, and that my uncle too died, so I was happy that I wouldn't go through any harassment again. So after senior high, then my uncle, that's their last one, my father's last one, he asked me to come to Accra and stay with him.
So where were you? Where were you before you came to?
I was in Boga, Upper East. So when I came to Accra, I was with him, and besides, before then, he was the only one, all the children in the house, my cousins and my brothers and siblings, were scared of him, like we respected him. One day my mom went to, that's his wife, she went to church, then it was raining, and it was left with my cousin and my uncle in the house. So we're there in the house, then he sent my cousin to go and buy something for him. Then he started, I was going through he overheard my conversation with his wife. I was telling her that it's like I'm having candidiasis, and she was saying that she had the infections the last time, but she went to a certain hospital, but the cost was expensive. So he was telling me that if I allow him to do what he wants to do with me, he will take all the cost. I wouldn't pay for anything, but I shouldn't let my mom or anyone hear about it. So I was like, what is it? I don't understand what he was saying. Then he was like, he didn't say anything again. So I was lying down, then he came around, started harassing me. Like the dress I was wearing, he pulled my dress, then he started sucking my breast and other things. So the only thing I could say, like I told him I don't like it, and I was crying. So when he saw that my cousin was coming, then immediately he stopped. So when my cousin came and saw that I was crying, he was like, what is wrong? But I couldn't tell the boy that this is what my uncle is doing to me. So I was just sitting the whole day crying because I couldn't go out. So he sent the boy again to go and buy him something. And I was like, I don't like it. So when he saw that, I was crying, like I couldn't say anything. So he stopped. Then he was like, he's sorry and he won't repeat it again. And I shouldn't tell my dad or anyone. It will bring disgrace to our family. I don't want, they're the only living survivor of my grandma's children. And my uncle and my dad, the relationship between them, I wouldn't like to break it. So I thought he would stop because of what he said. He said he has regretted for what he has done. He's sorry and everything. So I thought he would stop. But then anytime I'm sleeping, he tries to how will I say? He tries to yes. But and even that time, like my mom is always around, like when we are sleeping at night. So anytime I feel that there are hands moving through my body. So I'll try to open my eyes. When I open my eyes, he's the one. But I can't scream because if I scream, my mom will hear.
Your biggest worry is for them to hear, then your family will break apart. That's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is if they hear, it will bring disgrace to our family and my family too will break apart. And right now, how will I say, as I'm speaking right now, my mom, I didn't even know. I woke up this morning, then my cousin was like, my uncle's wife, she has gone to a funeral and she'll be back tomorrow. So I'm even scared of what will happen tonight because it's left with the three of us in the house. And my cousin, he's a small boy, he's 10 years. And when he's sleeping, he doesn't know what is going on. So right now, I don't even know how I'm to survive throughout this night.
So how long have you lived with this family?
A year now.
And when did this start?
This started last year.
Okay, so how long after living with them did it start? 2 months after, 3 months?
3 months. Yes, because when I came, I was living with my auntie. But with her, she wanted me to have a relationship with someone I don't like, a grown-up, like an old man. And I told her I am not interested, not knowing she has been taking money from the man. So I advised myself to stay away. I wouldn't know what she and the man has planned. Yes, at times she can leave the house, leaving me in the room. So, and I've been hearing knocks. I don't know who the person is, so I decided not to open. So I decided to move there. So I thought that place was not safe for me. So when I went to my uncle's place, then he too started with the harassment.
So what do you think that experience since childhood through up till now, what do you think has happened to you mentally, physically? How do you think this has affected you?
With mentally a lot, cause I feel hatred for my parents, for my uncle, and for myself. Cause for my parents, if they've been around for me, if they've built that relationship with me, let's say if I'm passing through anything I can share with them, I wouldn't be going through this thing now. And with my uncle, I respected and I see him to be a dad. Like, even he was the one I respected. Even with my dad, I wasn't afraid of my dad like him. But he has broken that trust, that respect I have for him. Anytime I see him, is hatred I feel, and the hatred I have for myself. I am not bold enough. I'm not strong enough to do anything about it. I'm always to myself. I can't share it with anyone. Even if I want to share it with someone, if I want to ask, maybe I want an advice or opinion, I always tell, like I last spoke with a friend, I was like, oh, a friend of mine is passing through this, so what is her advice? She called me and she said she's passing through, her uncle is harassing her and other things. So what do you think she should do?
You are trying to share that story as someone else's story. So where was your father or your mother through your lifetime? Where have they been that all this had to happen?
Though they were all in Boga, but my grandma was in the village. Like, so they were in Boga Central. So they were living there, and my grandma, according to my grandma, she said when they born me, I felt in fire, this cow. So my mom brought me to her. So she took care of me until my scalp got healed. Then she didn't come for me again, and she needed someone because she's old. There's no one by her, so she needed someone to be with her.
So what are you doing now? How is life? How are you living? Are you going to school? You said you finished high school. So what are your plans? What are you doing now?
Right now I'm working and I'm trying to save, and I am planning by the end of this year, if I am not going to school, I'll move from my uncle's place with what I've saved. I'm able to save.
So you are working and you're trying to save so that it's either you go to school or you move out of your house. So what work are you doing?
Right now I'm a cleaner at.
You're a cleaner, and you are so sure that gradually you make money to go to school or leave the house. And how long have you been doing the cleaning?
I started the cleaning last year October, but last year October it wasn't officially opened, so it's got like it was officially opened on December, but with the company started paying us in February, so I've started with the savings in February. Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think through that, what would be the salary of a cleaner to support school, to move out of the house, and that's like my biggest worry. And as you mentioned, right now is your uncle. Your uncle is the only one in the house right now, and it's usually the right time for him to pray on you. And I remember in the morning I was trying to call you to find out like the booking, when are we meeting, when is that happening, and I realized that your phone was off. I was quite surprised at what you told me. Can you also share that bit, that why was your phone off when I tried to reach out to you?
Okay. Since he started harassing me and other things. He always wants to know what is going on. So whenever I put my phone down, then he'll wake up somewhere midnight, then he'll pick my phone, go through my messages and my call logs. Before he started with the harassment, when I'm going to work, he gives me money if we don't cook, he gives me money for food and other things. But after he starts with that his harassment and I've refused, he has stopped giving me money and other things. So even with the recruitment, I was like, I don't have money. The forms that came, I said I don't have money. Then he made mention like, are you not working? But with first he knew I was working, but still he was giving me money for other things. So
Refusing to give you money because you refuse to sleep with him.
yes, please.
A lot of people in your shoes, usually, especially when they are not getting money, and maybe the viewers are not seeing you, but you are an attractive young girl. You speak good English, just even for a high school pass out. A lot of people your age, young girls your age, would rather go out sleeping with other men, talk to other men to make money to earn a living. Why do you choose to do cleaning, hoping to save up? Why do you choose to do cleaning, hoping that you'd use that to go to school? Why that choice?
But my conscience wouldn't allow me to do that.
So, as Voice Foundation, where we give voice to issues with gender violence and its related mental health issues, and also try to get support for some of these victims, we've encountered victims who have been adopted by voices outside Ghana. Some of these victims even struggle to support the support that is given them, and I think that for anonymosity's sake, let's call her Amma. I think Amma is doing so well. She's really pushing. How many girls would do cleaning hoping that they would save some money to move out of an abusive home? How many girls would do cleaning hoping that they would save some money to be able to go to tertiary institution? There are very few in the world. It was a voice who worked at the institution where she cleans that reached out to me with her story. This doesn't happen. And if you could see her, you'd realize that she could have used any other means to get what she wants, but she chose to say that I am, even if it is the least menial job to do in Ghana. If you're watching this, you're probably thinking that maybe in the USA, when you clean, you get money so you can support yourself. I'm talking about Ghana, guys. Ghana cleaning is usually like something that you really don't get much out of, but she's chosen to do cleaning. She doesn't mind how long it's going to take her. She's not going to beg people for it. She's working her ass off to be able to get some money to go to school, to leave the house. And right now it's the uncle is the only one there, literally the only one there right now. She's walking out of this place and she's going back home. The difficult thing is knowing that there isn't much we can do to help her right now. And Voice literally just started. And we are now in the beginning stage trying to get some funds, we'll help people as much as we can and do the best that we can to help victims. And after this conversation, I think it's hard because I wish this conversation will not just end with telling you guys to just send in money or send her some money. I just wish this conversation will not be like that. It will just be about, we are going to take care of her. Definitely, we will definitely talk to the voice community and try to get as much help as we can as quickly as possible to do something, and knowing that it won't be still enough to take her to school, to take her out of the home. There will be numbers on the screen. You can visit the website, and whenever you do the donation, because you are doing so many things, we need to know that it is for her. So if you send any amount of money to us, notify and add it's for Amma, or just write Amma. or if you go to our donation page on our website, www.voicecommunity.org, it's a double I because it's the initials. Always write in the note that it's for Amma. Or even after you've sent the money through these numbers, you know you can call us through any of the numbers on the screens and let us know that it's for Amma. So we need to do this as fast as we can. I think the very first thing is to take her out of the home. The next thing is to take her to school, because I'm not seeing as strong ambition for education, for a good life, as I've seen in Amma. So let's just do as much as we can to help her in this situation. Let's please do as fast as possible. Let's help this situation as much as we can. I'm Richard Xiao, the founder and the executive director of the Voice Foundation.
You better, and I have a voice, and I'm gonna let it out. No more dismiss.